In the previous video, we went through how to find vulnerability in a system, and I didn't mean by that only operating system vulnerability, Windows or Linux or Mac or whatever. I meant any applications that run on the victim machine. So I can search vulnerability in Acrobat Reader, in Microsoft Office, in any application. And we saw that it was not an easy process before. So we have to search for the vulnerability and search for an exploit, and then see if the exploit can be used right away or it need to be compiled, and compile it and then see what will be the next process. Now, we used to do that before, but a few years back, actually a long time, there was a project called Metasploit. And Metasploit, it's an automated tool for using the exploitation. So it takes all the exploits that we know from different websites like Security Focus, Exploit DB, Security Tracker, and it allows us to use the exploit right away without bothering ourselves in the compiling and the using. It's just a wizard to use the exploit. So let's take the same exploit and how to use it using Metasploit. So I'm going to use the GTrack Windows, and I'm going to go here to the GTrack, and inside the penetration you're going to find the framework 2 and 3. They are two different, and you can use Metasploit in command line, which you're going to be using later on, or GUI or web, but I'm going to use as a proof of concept the web because it's very easy to use. So let's take the framework 2, Metasploit web-based, and once I run this program, he's going to ask me to open a browser and type this specific URL. So I'm going to open the browser. I'm going to open Firefox, Internet and Firefox, and write down this IP with this port, which is 127.0.0.1 colon 55 1 2 3 4 5, and he's going to open for us the web-based Metasploit, and he's going to show us some of those vulnerability, and I can even some of the exploit. I can even filter instead of searching. I can ask him, I'm looking for exploits that can run on an operating system, for instance Windows XP, Windows XP, and he gonna show us everything that can be used on Windows XP. So I'll choose this one and filter. Let's take the same vulnerability because we assume that you already know what you are looking for. So you remember it was Microsoft RPC-DCOM. Let's get down Microsoft RPC-DCOM. This is the one, and he's gonna give us a brief about this vulnerability and some reference, and he said, okay, I can run this one on those specific operating system. I'm gonna say yes, it's one of those, and he's gonna ask us what payload would you like to add. And this is different than the previous scenario. That on the previous scenario I just was able to get a bind shell on the hacker victim machine, but here I can create an account, I can get a interpreter session, I can get. So I'm going to choose something different. I'm going to choose the bind VNC inject, which will give us a graphical session on the victim machine. And he going to said, okay, I need some information, I need the victim IP. So I'm going to use the victim IP, which is 192.168.95.150. Let me check on the victim machine that this is their IP. So I go here and yes, okay, and that's it. He's gonna open port, he's gonna connect, he's gonna give us a bind VNC inject, find exploit, and I'm gonna click on exploit, and we'll see. He said yes, I open a session, I click on this session and see what we are going to have. We're gonna have the graphical interface, so I have full access graphically on the victim machine. And if you check here at the title, it's a full access, so I have full access on his machine. So this was a different way for using the exploit. but much more easier way. And in the upcoming video, it gets easier and easier. So now working with vulnerability and exploit, it's much more easier than before. So I hope it was useful, and I want you to keep practicing that in different way on your own lab, and let me know if you have any problem or you need any kind of assistance. Thank you.